maybe this is the only Haven that still believes in the Avatar and the belief that the world is not separate nations but rather a single whole. And finally, there is the Thought Chakra, which is basically fundamental cosmic energy, as we see with Aang. Perhaps these would be spirit communicators, ones who have completely let go of earthly attachments and essentially accepted that there is no such thing as human or spirits and that it's all just energy? Imagine having 7 bossing Says in a little more than just book 2, sort of traveling between a lot of locations, and then we had big spectacles at the end of book. That aside though, as with the rest of these ideas, it's again something very different, and that is already worthy of a big thumbs up for me. We had travel 24/7 with Aang, we had the Republic City focused story with Korra, now this seems to be a sort of a mixture between the two, and let's see how it goes. Next up, the Avatar has a twin, and right away, if you haven't read the novels, with Roku's brother, there was no ambiguity. Roku was the Avatar, and that's it. Even ignoring the leaks though, the logline talks about uncovering their mysterious origins, which to me pretty clearly implies that there will be something very different to it. My knee-jerk reaction was always that one of them would have just the Avatar state, while the other would have just the ability to bend all 4 elements. Even more than that, I think it would also create really interesting politics in the world, because there is just a super OP bender capable of bending all 4 elements, but there is also a literal primordial spirit walking around that kind of works like a glass cannon, and can occasionally meld with other primordial beings, and do all kinds of weird time stuff. With Korra's connection to our past lives now being severed, deciphering what the Avatar even is probably going to be a mystery in and of itself. My current line of thinking is something along the lines of the Avatar spirit being severed in whatever the Cataclysm or some other spirit world shenanigans were. I really doubt the series that has suddenly branded the Avatar as the world's destroyer would want to touch on the very goofy black and white Vaatu Rava thing. Unless this could end up fixing the biggest problem of Korra, namely forgetting about that little thing called balance and just painting out Rava to be pure good. This is a massive trope, yes, but what if with Vaatu imprisoned, Rava becomes zealous and there is no darkness to counteract the light, and suddenly there is way too much light? Probably not, but in essence, having 2 characters fulfill the role of the Avatar I think is really compelling, and it'll really just depend on the execution.